welcome to the ReDEFINE Podcast.
Okay, happy podcast day. Happy podcast day to you. Welcome to the show if you're brand new. And of course, if you're an existing listener and or viewer, welcome back. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. All right, just out for a walk. It's a beautiful late afternoon, early evening here on the mountain. Just taking a stroll on my driveway. There's some construction, not really construction, there's a tree that fell on the cemetery, a big tree that fell. There's a cemetery really close by, and so I wanted to check out what they were doing just in case they needed any help or anything, but they've got it under control. You might hear chainsaw noises in the background, etc., etc. But I'll do my best to kind of, edit any of that out. Hopefully the noise cancellation will take care of it. Anywho, it's good to be back. I took a week off, so it's been 2 weeks since the last episode, but I definitely wanted to get this episode out to give you an update, dear listener, of, what I've decided to do with this podcast. I've kind of left it hanging in the last one, and I hinted at the fact that everything was kind of in flux, kind of in a limbo in terms of, the future direction of this particular show. And I haven't really come to a definitive decision as to whether or not I'm going to end the show or continue on. However, I've gotten closer to one in a sense that it's gonna have to take a break. It's gonna have to take a break. So what I'm gonna be doing is calling this the season finale episode. I think taking the time off to reevaluate and gauge the landscape of podcasting and really kind of I think refocus and get a better idea of what I want the podcast and the message to be, because obviously what I started the show out as, it's not really what it is anymore, and I've just kind of, yeah, haven't had that focus, and I haven't really had this show super dialed in. It's just kind of been whatever's on my mind, which has its own purpose. However, I want to be able to provide you guys the best value that I can, and I don't necessarily feel like I've been doing that, given again that I don't have, or that I haven't had a tremendous amount of focus on the show. So as I mentioned, what I'm going to be doing is just taking a break and calling it the end of a season. I've not usually done seasons, or I've never actually done seasons with any of my shows. So this is going to be a new realm for me. But again, it'll give me space to reevaluate, um, see if there's any kind of different direction that I want to take this show in, and also check the landscape of podcasting itself. Um, Podcasting has changed since I first started podcasting, certainly since I first started this show. Um, and therefore the consumption behavior has changed, and with the change of consumption behavior has also come with the change of the types of content that creators are putting out there and are publishing. And not to say again that this show hasn't had value. I think I've always done my best to provide you as much value as I can. But again, I think because it's so unfocused and it's pretty broad, it has had difficulty in finding its audience, both the podcast version and the YouTube version. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to call this a season finale, and take a bunch of months off, and see what happens and see what we come up with. Now, that said, there are so many other avenues where you can find content from me. I still am continuing the path of the Jedi, which I'm going to be really working a lot to grow that particular show. Taking a pause with the Redefine will allow me to give more attention to that particular show. And then, if you're interested in any kind of other social content, or social media content that I put out there, you can come check out my Instagram. I'm putting up a lot of my mountain living stuff on Instagram, as well as short clips of my music. And then, of course, you can go to my other YouTube channel, where I'm going to be posting more full length music videos on there as well. So I'll leave a link to all of that in the show notes if you want to continue following. I am by no means stopping my content creation journey. Just this particular show needs to take a break. I need to make space for the other things I'm starting to incorporate back into my well, yeah, into my bandwidth, really, into my workload. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I appreciate everything that you guys have done for me, dear listener. I appreciate your continued support, and keep going back to the back catalog, because we have nearly 400 episodes. We're like at 380, 390 at this point. And so yeah, there's plenty to go back to. There's plenty to listen to that's still applicable. I mean, not all of it is evergreen necessarily, but a lot of the mindset stuff, the personal development stuff is it's timeless. It's timeless stuff. So plenty of stuff to hold you over until I come back for the next season, right? If I come back for the next season. But as long as you stay subscribed, you'll be notified whenever that next season will be. I'm thinking October, November, if I start a new season. And that's the other thing, actually, I forgot to mention. Instead of doing this as a year-round weekly thing, I am considering maybe doing it just one season at a time, which gives me an opportunity to take a break in between, right? To have those like couple months of break, which I think is not a bad idea. But anyways, going back to the next season, if there is one, I'm thinking October, November would be the time. So be on the lookout for that. Beyond that, again, thank you so much for supporting this journey. Check out the other show. Check me out on Instagram. Check out my other YouTube. And yeah, we'll see you when we see you. So I'm grateful to you. I appreciate you. We'll see you whenever we see you. Until then, be well, be safe. Well, it's a big question mark. Where are we going to see you next, right? Okay, bye.